when you opened up your club in 1969, Sammy Davis Jr. and Elvis Presley were actually there to help you.
To open it for me, yeah. Well,
Yeah, to open it for you.
Costello owned the Tropicana Hotel.
Hmm.
So they were there. And then a lot of people didn't know in Vegas, how did they become an overnight success? They owned all the taxi cabs in Vegas. So the dispatchers would say, you don't believe let's say you wanted to go to somewhere else. You get in the cabs, no, you should go to the Tropicana Hotel. Go to Tiffany's. Elvis, Sammy Davis is there. Any star, our front door would call the dispatchers, and we'd have lines all day long. You won't believe this club. I opened it Thursday, Friday, and Saturday only, midnight to 6 in the morning, 18 hours a week. That's all it was there for. But the play we had, because we increased the drop during those hours at night, we took a piece of that. He gave it to me. But it gave me a reason to be in Vegas now other than moving the money. The guy was brilliant. So every time they thought they were getting on to me, I had another position. But again, you got to catch me. You couldn't catch me. So I'd go on my journeys Monday nights to the Vatican as a courier. That's why, if you read the book, when I got the call from Tehran, the Shah, and General Madaba, the head of his army, they asked if I could move some money for them. They heard I could. That's why Nick and I went over there and moved that 86. We robbed $86 million in 3 hours from 6 banks. It was a military move with their military. It was their money. And the Khomeini thought they ordered all the money because, they wanted their money knowing the country was going to fold to be in one place. We told them to do that. They had the money all over the world. We can't go all over the world raiding banks. These banks they controlled. And again, if we didn't have an Alitalia plane that we chartered from Sicily, and we brought 7 guys in from Sicily with the soccer team bags, and we had 6 cars, 6 teams, and took their banks down simultaneously. We already told the tower wheels are up at 4. As we're going to the airport, half tracks are going down to close the airport. We were about a half a mile away, and the plane we could see on the runway. I reached in the bag and I gave this kid a handful of rand. I don't know how much money I gave him. He was a military guy. I said, make a right now. He said, what are you talking about? I said, make a right. He said, there's no opening. I said, this is military vehicle. Hit that thing in the center and drag that anchor fence. And we did. We hit it in the center of a 10-foot thing and dragged it right to the plane. We just got it on. We're taxiing down as the back door is going up. They closed the airport down, but they could never get to us. We were in the air already. We were laughing.
How well did you know Sammy Davis Jr.?
I love Sammy. I knew him as a great friend, man. Died broke, the poor son of a bitch.
Okay, because there was like this kind of controversy he had when he sort of cozied up to Nixon. Remember, there was like that whole photo of him like with his head on Nixon's shoulders, and then like the black community hated him for that.
I know.
To the point where he had to like apologize on stage and
yeah, but
and
the bottom line, that was all the mob. They owned Nixon, and they were trying to calm things down with the blacks. I remember getting deputized. I think when was the Watts riots?
65.
They deputized me. Nobody hears about this family. You should look this up. We'll do another show on these guys. The Lamb family. The mob, anybody had anything to do in Vegas, one group was over them. Mormons. Ralph Lamb, his brother, the sheriff. The sheriff was Ralph. One was a senator. They controlled everything there. They deputized, and it was on CNN News. Ralph Lamb deputized everybody, armed us. And then he went on the news and had a curfew. Anybody of color out after 6 o'clock, shoot and kill them. shoot and kill on national news. He said this. No, I mean, I lived parts of life that was so insane. It's crazy.
Well, the story I'd heard was the reason why Sammy Davis cozied up to Nixon was because he had some massive IRS debt and Nixon was going to take care of it, but then he ended up not taking care of it, right?
Of course. No, I mean, Sammy, all those people, even Sinatra. How about when we told Sinatra you can't be a Democrat no more? Do you know that one?
No.
He had to switch parties for Ronald Reagan. He did the same thing for Ronald Reagan because they wanted Ronald Reagan in. Ronald Reagan was controlled by the Jewish mob. I mean, Lou Wasserman, Nick Mick, all those guys controlled the film industry. And
right.
They wanted Ronald Reagan. He became the governor. Now they can move him in as president. So, I mean, Dolly Sinatra, who ran the Women's Democratic Party in Hoboken, New Jersey, was rolling over. Her son now is a Republican. I mean, it's a joke to me because I just saw how they manipulated the world. It's crazy.
Yeah. And you were actually close friends with Grace Kelly, who became the Princess of Monaco.
I know, I love it, man.
Yeah, which was, I mean, that's like the richest country in the world.
Yeah, hello. And you know who made it? There was a deal there. Onassis lent them the money. It's the smallest peninsula there. The peninsula of Monaco is not Monaco. It's up in the hill.
Yeah.
But that controls all that wealth, the casinos and everything else, all the industry. So when they made the deal, he told Rene also had a mistress. His girlfriend from there stayed his mistress all through their marriage with Grace. They told him, go to America and marry a movie star, and we'll make this a destination. Now, I knew Grace Kelly early on because she was at the Barbizon Hotel on 63rd and Lexington Avenue. I used to go after 9 o'clock at night. Costello would give me an envelope for the room marshal. I'd go up the second floor of the lobby, give him the envelope, and they'd give me girls. And a lot of times, it was Grace Kelly, Audrey Hepburn, and some other rich girls that just wanted to go out. And they used to call them flowers for the table. Go pick up the flowers for the table. And I'd walk over there because it was only 3 blocks. But I had to take a cab with the girls. That's when they had the jump seats. And I'd pull the jump seat down. And I'm looking at, before she was a movie star. But she was gorgeous. And these people, that's how I got to know them. So when I went over there, I was held with open arms. She knew me. It was crazy.